Good morning, everyone. Today, we're diving into a strategic forecast that predicts profound shifts across our urban, economic, and energy landscapes. We're talking about the butterfly effect, the ripple of change set in motion by Tesla's Cybercab and its redefinition of industrial systems. Specifically, we'll explore the paradigm shifts triggered by its mass production launch, anticipated in April 2026. This isn't just about a new product, it's about a complete system overhaul. The Cybercab's introduction in April 2026 is far more than a product launch, it marks a historical inflection point. It will trigger a cascading chain of disruption that touches every facet of our lives. Mass adoption of the Cybercab will fundamentally challenge and ultimately collapse the traditional car ownership model. This will lead to the physical reconstruction of our cities, as urban spaces are reimagined, and it will drive a revolutionary evolution in our global energy infrastructure. The Cybercab launch acts as the catalyst, driving interconnected disruptions across manufacturing, economics, urban planning, and energy grids worldwide. The engine of this change is what we call unboxed manufacturing. This radically departs from the old linear constraints of traditional automotive production lines. Instead, we're moving to a new paradigm of modular velocity. Imagine producing one unit every 5 seconds, at an estimated manufacturing cost of approximately $20,000 United States dollars. This incredible efficiency and low cost are not just improvements, they are fundamentally obsoleting traditional unit economics across the entire industry. This shift directly leads to the death of ownership. When we look at the cost per mile, personal ownership is burdened by depreciation, insurance, and fuel. Traditional rideshare services like Uber and Lyft add driver labor, vehicle costs, and platform fees. However, the Cybercab removes the driver entirely, eliminating 100% of the labor cost. This, combined with the low capital expenditure of unboxed manufacturing and the zero labor cost of full self-driving technology, creates a price floor that existing platforms simply cannot match. The Cybercab operates on an asset-use-only model, making personal ownership economically unviable for most. Our initial strategy, Phase 1, focuses on securing the beachheads. We'll leverage specific regions for their strategic advantages. The Bay Area, with its high data density, will be crucial for software perfection and refining our autonomous systems. Austin, home to our headquarters, offers unparalleled supply chain velocity. These zones will serve as our zero points for rigorous testing of fleet operations and optimization before we scale nationally and globally. Moving into Phase 2, we envision a global mobility monopoly. This involves utilizing our gigafactories worldwide as forward operating bases. Locations like Giga Berlin and Giga Shanghai will become vectors for expansion, standardizing world logistics under a single, highly efficient operating system. This strategic deployment allows us to rapidly expand and establish dominance across the rest of the world. One of the most profound urban changes will be the end of parking. Today, our cities dedicate vast square footage to storing stationary metal. Traditional vehicles spend 95% of their lives parked or idle, with only 5% in motion. Cybercab's high-frequency autonomous utilization renders this infrastructure completely obsolete. With near 247 utilization, the need for sprawling parking lots and multi-story garages vanishes. This obsolescence of parking opens up an incredible opportunity for urban upcycling concrete to community. We are looking at the largest urban regeneration project of the 21st century, the repurposing of dead parking space. These obsolete storage areas, once concrete deserts, will be transformed through adaptive reuse. We envision structural integration, organic design principles, biophilic design elements, and the creation of vibrant community hubs, dramatically enhancing urban living. This also means redefining architecture, specifically the role of the drop-off zone. Real estate value will fundamentally shift from storage capacity to flow efficiency. Future buildings will be valued not by how many cars they can store, but by how efficiently they can process Cybercab arrivals and departures. We'll see the rise of high-throughput pickup zones, eliminating the need for vast, costly underground garages, and optimizing for seamless, continuous movement. However, this grand vision presents the energy challenge. Scaling Cybercab globally implies unprecedented pressure on our existing power grids. The simultaneous, MW-level charging demands from these massive fleets will create a load profile that traditional grids simply cannot support. As you can see from the projected global power demand, there's a significant infrastructure gap forming, threatening to outstrip current grid capacity by 2026 and beyond. Our solution to this challenge is the independent microgrid. Charging hubs must evolve into decentralized power plants, capable of generating and storing their own power. These systems will be off-grid capable, integrating PV generation, advanced BESS battery energy storage systems, and high-speed output charging. This decentralized approach allows us to bypass grid bottlenecks and ensure resilient, localized power for the Cybercab fleet. Furthermore, we'll leverage vehicle-to-grid V2G the fleet as power plant. The entire Cybercab fleet will function as a massive, distributed energy storage system, stabilizing national grids during peak demand. During peak hours, the fleet will discharge stored energy back into the grid, acting as a virtual power plant. During off-peak hours, it will charge from the grid. This dynamic load balancing, governed by grid stabilization protocols, will transform the fleet into a critical component of a resilient, bidirectional energy ecosystem. This electrification at scale will trigger a massive, renewable infrastructure boom. There will be an immediate and urgent demand for baseload renewable projects globally. We anticipate significant development in wind energy, especially across the U.S. plains, and substantial growth in hydro and solar power, particularly in Latin America. Critically, capital flow will shift dramatically, with massive investments pouring into green energy generation to feed this new, mobile grid. We also address the human equation displacement versus creation. While there will undoubtedly be displacement of traditional driving roles, this transition will also catalyze immense job creation in areas like AI operations, advanced fleet maintenance, and the development of new infrastructure. Beyond economics, there's a profound social dividend: universal mobility for the elderly, disabled, and previously transport-poor regions, fostering greater inclusion and accessibility for all. In conclusion, we are entering the convergence age. This is where mobility, energy, and urban space are not merely interconnected, but optimized as one seamless system. This transformative era, driven by the Cybercab, begins in 2026, promising a future of unparalleled efficiency, sustainability, and accessibility.